Hey, Conan, Harley, what's going on?
There's something we'd like to ask you guys, Rachel.
Something to ask us?
About the illusion show. Your dad said that the Hill Sisters put on some amazing acrobatics, but how did it look to you?
How did it look? Well, there were lots of somersaults and flying through the air. It was absolutely fantastic.
But was there anything strange about Linda? For example, maybe it didn't seem like it was really her?
Huh? Well...
What is it, Katrina? Is there something you remember?
Both sisters were wearing a kind of eye mask, so I couldn't really make out their faces.
A kind of eye mask?
Oh, really?
But she performed such wonderful acrobatics, so wouldn't it have to be her? That's right, Conan. If you believe Linda was a fake, then aren't you overthinking things a bit?
Yeah, I guess so. Then I'll ask one more thing. Do you remember who from the Mirapolis was at the show?
Okay. I remember Mr. Chase being in his seat the whole time.
Anyone else?
I think CJ was standing by the entrance the entire time. And also that guy that likes telling all those bad jokes.
You mean Al?
It looked like they were making him help out with the show. Yeah, he wasn't there the whole time, but I saw him once in a while.
Okay, and what about Utako, the owner's wife?
She was there before the show started, but left to go to her room because she felt tired. Oh, and also that secretary who wears glasses. She wasn't there. Yeah, that's right. I didn't see her even once.
Thanks. That's all we wanted to ask you.
That's all? Who do you think you are, Harley?
Time to take off, kid.
All right.
This laundry cart is the same one CJ was just looking at, right? It's big enough for an entire person to fit inside. Wait a second. This could be used to carry a dead body.
Hey, it's Conan and Harley! I was just gossiping with everyone here. Wasn't the detective show that Detective Moore just put on really spectacular? Oh, it moved me.
Yeah, really spectacular.
But it was quite a shock. Our own company president is the killer. What's going to happen to all of us? It doesn't necessarily mean that Mr. Chase is the murderer, you know. But Detective Moore said Mr. Chase is the killer. But he wasn't sleeping at that time, was he? Oh, that's right. The sleeping Richard wasn't sleeping. That means it wasn't actually a real detective show? Yeah, it looks that way. Oh, really? So the murderer is a different person? That doesn't seem possible. Who else could it be? Say, on another note, how's that case going? What case?
That case of the stolen maid outfit?
Oh, that. It was solved in a way. You see, my maid outfit was returned to my locker.
Returned to your locker? Just as we expected, right?
Yeah. But as it happens, I never found the culprit. I guess I'm not cut out for this detective stuff, am I? Maybe the thief got scared when you took up the role of a great detective, so they returned the outfit in secret. Oh, you think so?
Yeah, for sure. You really had him sweating.
Then CJ, the maid detective, will achieve great things in the future, too! Go for it!
I'll be rooting for you.
It's the owner's royal suite. I wonder if Utako is around.
Deep in the suite, there's a connecting room.
Conan, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I came in here without permission. Mr. Moore asked me to come here to see how you were doing.
Oh, thank you for caring about me.
He said he's really sorry that Mr. Chase is a suspect.
No, it's me that should be apologizing. The crimes that my husband committed even affected people like you, Conan.
But I think he didn't do it, you know?
Oh?
That's because whoever built a wonderful place like the Mirapolis couldn't possibly kill anybody.
Oh, you might be right. Thanks so much, Conan.
This is... what kind of medicine?
Utako, are you sick?
Excuse me? Why do you ask?
Because there's a medicine bottle right over here.
Oh, that? It's just some sleeping medicine.
Sleeping medicine?
You take it to help you sleep better. I couldn't lately, so I told my husband, and his secretary, Ms. Wexham, got it for me.
Ms. Wexham?
Yes. Apparently she hasn't been sleeping well either and takes it often.
Oh, really? Well, I'm glad that you're not sick or anything.
Oh, thank you for worrying about me.
Well, you look healthy now, so I feel really relieved. See you later. Hey, Al, you don't look so happy. How come?
It's all gone wrong. I got fired from this place. How am I supposed to pay back the money I borrowed from Mr. Chase? But you know, if he's arrested, then maybe it's all right if I don't settle my debts.
Huh?
If I'm free from Mr. Chase, then I'm free from my debts, too. Maybe I'm actually really lucky.
By the way, Al, before Ms. Rayburn and Mr. Ogre were murdered, did you see anyone talking to them or approaching them?
Let me think. Miss Rayburn was a nice-looking lady, so I caught a glimpse of her sometimes, but I didn't see her talking to anyone.
Okay, and how about Mr. Ogre?
Well, that guy was pretty scary, so I tried as best I could not to make eye contact, if you know what I mean. But, oh yeah, I saw a maid with bobbed hair bringing him something to drink.
A maid with bobbed hair?
I think it was just a little before he was murdered. I never saw her before, so she kind of caught my attention.
A maid with bobbed hair.
There's no other explanation. That person must have drugged Mr. Ogre.
She might have been carrying a cucumber cocktail.
A cucumber cocktail?
What the heck's that?
Well, didn't you see how green Mr. Ogre looked afterwards? I don't know where I can. I love it.
Yeah, thanks for the applesauce. Doesn't look like there's any kind of evidence over here. Huh?
What's up?
There's something over there.
Oh no. Don't tell me there's another dead body.
No, it's something smaller. It's a blonde bobbed hair wig. And there's a stage costume like the one Linda wore.
Then that's it.
I've now collected all the physical evidence I need to corner that person. I just need to figure out their motive.
Hello? Oh, Mr. Otaki, we've really been waiting for your call. Huh? You've learned some details about the accident from 12 years ago? Ah. Oh, is that so? Is that what happened? Okay, thanks very much. This helps a lot.
With this, it looks like we got all the pieces we need, huh?
Yeah.
Next, I just have to do something about Richard and his faulty reasoning.
Move!
Mr. Chase!
You're not getting away!
Mr. Moore? Mr. Moore, you all right?
I'm fine. But more importantly, go tell everyone that Mr. Chase is on the loose!
Hey, wasn't that Amy's voice?
Amy!
Don't come near me! If you do, I'll take this kid's life!
Amy! Conan!
Don't worry about it. I'll give her back after I escape safely.
What do we do, Conan? He's holding Amy hostage!
Well, there's only one thing we can do, right? You mean go and rescue her?
First, we need to predict the enemy's movement and devise our tactics.
What? Mr. Chase said he was kidnapping Amy to help him escape. But as long as the moving walkway shutter can't be opened, there's no way to get out of here.
Then that means he has only one choice. He's waiting for someone to come and assist him.
Mr. Chase probably contacted someone on the outside to come and help him escape by boat or helicopter.
Well, until then, wouldn't he be hiding somewhere in the Mirapolis?
That's right.
Then us guys should go and search places where he might be hiding.
Yeah, let's go, George.
All right.
Hey, you guys, wait!
Huh?
Me and Conan and Rachel will go find that hiding spot. You two stay in your room with Katrina.
What? But a member of the Junior Detective League was kidnapped.
How come we have to wait?
Because it's dangerous, of course. Conan, Rachel, let's go.
This place. Wasn't I here a little while ago?
Something smells pretty fishy, don't you think? It must be locked from the inside.
So doesn't that mean someone's trying to hide in there?
All right, let's get in there.
Wait a second. If that's what you want to do, then leave it up to me.
Maybe it's time for Rachel's super powerful.
It'll be dangerous, so you two better stay back. Hi-ya!
Yeah. Every time I see Rachel's karate, it's so awesome.
Don't come near me! This kid's life will be over if you get closer!
Amy, duck! Huh? Conan!
Amy! Amy!
I was really scared.
You okay? My goodness, I'm so glad you're safe.
It looks like you don't have any injuries.
Even so, it's dangerous here. Rachel, take her back to her room quickly.
And what are you guys gonna do?
Until Mr. Moore gets here, I'm going to stay here and watch over him.
I'll go call Rachel's dad.
All right, please don't do anything crazy, okay?
Well then, how are you, Mr. Chase?
You kids! How dare you!
Huh. For your own sake, you better not think of doing any more funny stuff.
That's right, Mr. Chase. Chase, it's people like you that have absolutely no clue when to give up. Can someone like you, a self-proclaimed Rockefeller, resign themselves to admitting your crimes? Mr. Chase, you were being blackmailed by Ms. Rayburn and Mr. Ogre and paying them large sums of money, right? You went to such lengths because you had to hide some past secret. What was it?
Well, it was...
The answer to that lies in a newspaper article found on the ground at one of the crime scenes. Car drives off cliff. This article describes the death of Hisayasu Kurashige. Wasn't he a director in your company? Mr. Ogre, who was murdered, was also an employee at your company. Before we go further, wouldn't it be better if it came from your mouth, Mr. Chase?
Jack, please, just tell the truth.
It's just as you've been saying. 12 years ago, I committed a crime. Back then, I was a sales manager and a favorite to become the next president. Kurashige worked here since the company began and was close to the president. We were rivals and we both sought for the same position. In order to get rid of Kurashige, I recruited Ogre, who then worked in the accounting department, and Rayburn, a bar hostess I was familiar with. We created a false embezzlement scandal in which Kurashige was taking money from the company and using it to buy things for Rayburn. In fact, it was Ogre who was embezzling the money. He and Rayburn split 20 million yen. Kurashige then said he'd fight things in court. Ogre planned his murder and tampered with the brakes on his car, and as a result, Kurashige drove off a cliff. His wife also died in the accident. The president, who was Kurashige's old friend, never went public with the embezzlement scandal. For many months, the police investigated Kurashige's death, but they couldn't prove for sure that the brakes were tampered with, and it was eventually ruled an accident. Much time passed after that.
And then, you rose to the rank of president of Amusement Incorporated.
But I never ordered Kurashige to be killed. Murder was something Ogre decided to do by himself. Around the world, I'm called the Rockefeller of our day. But I'm really just timid and cowardly. I'd never have the nerve to murder someone. Not Kurashige or Rayburn or Ogre. I haven't killed anyone at all.
Then if you're not the murderer, why did you have to kidnap Amy and try to escape just now? Setting aside the question of whether or not you murdered anyone, you kidnapped a little girl. There's no way we can overlook that. As a key witness in the chain of murders in this failed kidnapping, Mr. Chase, I'm going to hand you over to the police. A patrol car is waiting for you across the shore. Will you come with me?
Just wait a minute. You can't take him. He's not the murderer.
What?
The real killer is someone else. In fact, that person is here now.
Hey, you. I won't allow you to blurt out such ridiculous things.
Once again, you're joking around. Mr. Moore, of course you know who the real killer is, right?
Huh?
You were going to make it a surprise ending just like always, right?
A
true master!
A true master?
Detective Moore's great reasoning! Oh, I really want to hear it!
Who is it? Who's the real killer? Come on, tell us!
Well, actually...
Here he is! It really is the Sleeping Richard, right?
At the time of the accident 12 years ago, the Kurashiges had 2 children. Their son, Mamoru, then age 8.
Mamoru?
And their other child was Utako, a daughter, then age 15.
Utako?
So, the real killer is you, Utako Chase, for reasons of revenge. That was your motive to murder both Ms. Rayburn and Mr. Ogre. All of the murders that have occurred here have been committed by you, Utako. In the first murder, Ms. Rayburn wasn't killed by the pool. Her murder actually took place in the owner's room. You called Ms. Rayburn to your room and gave her some drink laced with sleeping medicine to knock her out. You then called Al and asked him to bring you something to drink. While Al was taking that drink to your room, you strangled Ms. Rayburn to death in your bedroom. Next, you closed the divider between your bedroom and the living room and invited Al into your room.
So, during that time, in the next room, there was a dead body?
Utako then had a conversation with Al to construct her alibi. After that, she disguised herself using a maid outfit and a bobbed hair wig. She put the body into a laundry cart and carried it to the pool.
So that means the maid outfit that...
Yes. It was the same maid outfit that CJ said was stolen.
Utako figured that even if the body was found, Mr. Chase would be scared. Scared that his crime from 12 years ago would be discovered, so he wouldn't call the police. She then proceeded to commit her next crime. Utako disguised herself as a maid once again and brought Mr. Ogre a drink which had sleeping medicine in it. She then told Mr. Ogre something about paying him some money, and she invited him to the labyrinth of ice. After the drug took effect and Ogre fell down, she pretended to tend to him and sprayed the poison in his mouth. She then thought that Emily saw that she did this. Isn't that so?
To make sure Emily kept quiet, you disguised yourself as Linda and killed Emily while she was on the stage.
However, in doing so, you made one big mistake. Linda has a big fear of water. Ever since she almost drowned in a fishing hole as a child, Linda has been scared of ponds or rivers, anywhere that water is collected, including bathtubs, and she's been unable to go near such places. Of course, that also means a tank of water.
And that means there's no way that Linda could commit such a crime.
So then who was performing acrobatics on stage? If it wasn't Linda, then who could it be?
It was Utako.
What? Utako?
Unbelievable! How could she?
At that time, Utako was wearing a blonde wig and an eye mask, and she has a very similar body type to Linda. On stage, with all that smoke and those strobe lights, no one would have thought it was somebody else.
But the performance was...
Utako was definitely capable. You know, she once was an Olympic hopeful in gymnastics. Utako, your dream was to appear as a gymnast in the Olympics. You even studied abroad to develop your gymnastic skills. That's how you could do such things. No matter what the reason, killing someone cannot be forgiven. And on top of everything, your crime stretched all the way to Emily, whose murder was completely unnecessary.
What?
Emily did not witness you killing Mr. Ogre. The person she suspected was Mr. Chase. She didn't have any doubts about you at all. Despite that, you killed Emily because you thought she'd seen you in the middle of committing murder.
She hadn't seen anything.
The fear that your crime was discovered drove you to carry out another offense. But in attempting to cover your tracks with a third murder, you provided key evidence that marked you as the culprit.
I didn't have to kill Emily at all. Everything Mr. Morris said is true. I murdered 3 people. 12 years ago, after I lost everything and I was a complete mess, the person that reached out to me was my husband, Jack. With his help, I graduated high school and then went to college. Years later, he proposed to me. I loved him with all my heart. And I really believed that Jack's love for me was also pure. But my own husband was the person responsible for the death of my parents. I learned this one day when I went to his company to deliver some documents. I heard Jack talking with Ogre in front of his office. They talked about the embezzlement scandal that caused my parents' deaths. At first, I couldn't believe what I heard, but I had to know the truth about my parents. Fortunately, neither Rayburn or Ogre knew that I was Kuroshige's daughter. So I pretended to be a concerned wife, and I asked them about what happened 12 years ago.
You then told them you would pay them money and invited them here. It was here at the Mirapolis, which Mr. Chase bet his life and his company to build, where Ms. Rayburn, Mr. Ogre, as well as Jack himself, the 3 people you detested for murdering your parents, would be done away with.
The method I used to kill Rayburn was just as you described. I used the newspaper copy to show Jack it was revenge for 12 years ago. I thought then that he probably wouldn't call the police. And the second murder, I placed the message in Ogre's pocket after he died, so that Detective Moore and everyone else would start to suspect Jack. After he was cornered and confessed to the crimes he committed, I thought I would kill him and make it look like a suicide.
You hated me that much, Utako. I'm so sorry. Just believe this. More than anything else, you're the most important thing to me.
Liar!
12 years ago, to make amends, I gave you money when you were in high school. But as time passed, I really did. I really did fall in love.
Am I supposed to forgive you for your horrible crimes?
The thing that you wished for, I made it a reality. This Mirapolis, it's for you, because you love children so much. A dreamlike theme park where kids can play freely.
There's only one thing I ever wished for. A happy family. But you took that from me 12 years ago. And the family I was to make with you. The sounds of children's laughter echoing. The warm happiness. That was just a mirage. An illusion.
If you kill me, will you be satisfied then?
Killing you will complete my revenge. Now that's the only wish I have.
Oh no, this is serious.
Utako, I really love you. I love you.
Please, wait! Utako, I think you're my sister. My real name is Mamoru Kozlov. My parents died in an accident when I was 8. Foster parents took me in. I lost all my memories from before I was 8. Until recently, I thought my foster parents were my real mom and dad. Utako, when I first met you, I had a strange reminiscent feeling, and even now, that feeling hasn't gone away. Utako, are you my...
No, I'm not your sister. I'm just a murderer. Forget everything you know about me.
I don't want to forget you! Even if you killed someone, I don't want to forget about you.
Oh.
Please, tell me the truth!
A while back, I looked you up, but you seemed so happy living with your foster parents.
So then, you are.
Keith, go on living your life. Think about your future and the road ahead. Return to school. And maybe become a doctor.
Utako. Utako!
Detective Moore, your reasoning was just absolutely spectacular!
Actually, I don't remember a single thing.
Well, in any case, I'm really glad that the crime is now solved.
Yeah, but we came all the way here and couldn't play that much. What a letdown.
And I couldn't eat the steamed eel either.
Oh, I have a really important announcement to make.
An important announcement?
Believe it or not, someone among you posted the highest score on their Mirapolis passport.
The highest score?
Congratulations, Mitch. Here you go.
A permanent pass.
Awesome.
Nice job, Mitch!
Way to go, Mitch! You'll treat me to some steamed eel, right?
It's just like a dream.
Yeah, but will you actually be able to use that card?
What?
That's right. Mr. Chase and his wife have both been arrested.
Oh, yeah. This place is closed down, huh?
Oh, no way. It's okay if I can't use it, 'cause it's a present from CJ. I'll treasure it all my life.